Hi, it's Deirdre. I'm the self-relationship coach. And if you're in the wellness circle, then been following me for the last month, you'll know that I'm just clicking back into self-care, self-wellness, turning up and living in my passion and my purpose. And today I wanted to come in and say happy 1st of February. We're moving into the second month of the year, which is kind of a bit crazy, isn't it? But anyway, here we are, and it's exciting. Today I wanted to talk to you about this self-talk that we have with ourselves. Because it's really easy to get caught up in the self-hatred, the self-loathing, running ourselves down, not being good enough. And it's a really bad habit that we formulate in our younger years for so many different reasons. I'm sure that if you cast your mind back to your childhood, you've been shut down, silenced, quietened. If you praised yourself, you were told things to keep you muted and not loving yourself too much, or who do you think you are? All of the things at school, at home, siblings, cousins, who knows, peers of many descriptions telling you that to say kind, loving words about yourself was wrong. It wasn't acceptable. And then we're watching our parents. As women, we're often watching our mothers, and we're seeing our mothers saying things like, oh, I'm too fat, I'm overweight, I hate getting photos, all of the things that we're then witnessing as well, to say that you aren't allowed to be loved and beautiful and revered and desired and all of the things. So if mum doesn't even have permission to embrace who she is, then how can you when your mum doesn't? And we come up with these conclusions and we make these decisions at very young ages. And then we get to the age we are now and we're still doing that. We're still emulating, playing out that same old pattern that's really toxic, and it's broken and it's yucky and it doesn't work, but it gets so ingrained. The neural pathway in your brain that tells you it's true is lit up like the most magnificent highway on earth. And we just go down it every time. If you do look in the mirror, but when you're getting dressed, when you're, wanting to be intimate with your partner, you're self-judging, I'm not good enough, all of this stuff. You're at the shops wanting to buy a new dress or outfit, and everything you try on is disgusting. I've been there. I know what it's like. I still have to remind myself regularly that it's not true. Now, I'm overweight right now, so I'm definitely not looking how I'd like to look when I look in the mirror. When I put my clothes on, they don't drape over me and sit on me how I'd like them to look. But the thing is, right, is if we focus all of our attention on what we don't want, never guess what we're going to get more of. We're going to get more of what we don't want. So we start living this self-fulfilled prophecy. So if we're looking in the mirror and we're seeing ourselves and we're constantly hating on ourselves, we're going to continue hating on ourselves, and we're going to continue to self-sabotage, and we're going to continue to set up our life to live that truth that we're carrying around. Now, it's not the real truth, but it's our truth that you're manifesting and bringing into your existence every day. So how do you stop that limiting self-talk? How do you stop the self-talk that's saying that you were programmed with when you were only a little girl or a little boy, that says that you're not worthy enough, you're not good enough, who you are as a person isn't quite, cutting the mustard. And it's just taking stock, just going, okay, well, what is it that I'm saying to myself? So become really aware of the thoughts that you're having in your own self. What is those little words that you say to yourself? What is it that you are regularly saying? I'm so fat, my ass is huge, my belly's disgusting, I can't stand this cellulite, all these wrinkles are disgusting. You know, what is it that you are often saying over and over and over again that makes you feel really terrible, but you believe it's true about yourself? And start bringing your awareness to those words. Write them down and just really look at them and wonder if that's what you would say to your best friend if she was standing in front of you. Because honestly, we have to become our own best friend. And if you wouldn't say that to your best friend, then maybe we shouldn't be saying it to ourselves, but we're saying it without conscious thought so often. So it's all about bringing your awareness to what is it that I'm saying on repeat, sometimes hundreds and thousands of times a day, 7 days a week, 52 weeks of the year. And then we're wondering why we're stuck in a cycle that's not bringing us to where we actually want to go. We have this thought or this belief that if I give myself a hard enough time, I will achieve what it is I want to achieve. But it's not working. It definitely does not work for me. I can, crucify myself, so hard, but it never actually allows me to reach my goals. It's only when I stop, like I have at the beginning of January, and gone, no, I know this doesn't work. I know what I've been doing isn't going to allow me to get to the result I'd like to achieve. So I have to become aware, what is it that I'm saying? How am I justifying my behavior that's taking me away from what it is I want? And start tuning into it so I can be aware. And when I hear myself saying, and the same as you, so become aware. And when you hear yourself saying things that you no longer want to say, or you need to heal within yourself as to why you say them, then you can take action. It's very hard to take action when you have no idea what it is you say. But I speak to a lot of women and a lot of people, and I hear them say, I say this to myself all the time, and they'll tell me what they say. And I feel really sad, because what you're not understanding is you say that to yourself, but then you live up to it. So even though it's something you really don't want and you're doing your best to run away from it, unfortunately, you're actually running towards it. We run towards the thing that we think about the most. So if the thing we're thinking about the most is the thing that we're trying to run away from, then we're kind of like dragging it with us. We're taking it with us wherever we go. So it's got to start in here. Health and wellness has to start in the thoughts that you're saying to yourself. What are you feeding yourself when you are thinking about yourself? So that's your first step, is think about what you're thinking about. You start tuning in and listening. What am I saying to myself that's bringing me exactly what I do not want? Okay, we'll talk about the next step in another video. Have a fantastic first day of February. Love you heaps, guys. Bye.